statement of all time. Is it cancer? Please sit down, he said. I haven't seen anything like this during my time as a doctor, that's for sure. I've already had a colleague of mine on the phone. We are gonna need an ultrasound. Tears welled up in my eyes. Tell me he's going to be okay. I can't say for sure, but I can tell you that if it is some type of cancer, testicular is the easiest to treat. He paused. You said he's 5 years old. I nodded and said, I don't understand how his. You know, he hasn't reached puberty yet, so this can't be normal for a boy his age. Can it? Before we jump to any conclusions, the doctor said, we need to see the ultrasound. Before paying for the visit, the doctor handed me a note with the date and location of the hospital where the ultrasound would be done. He also advised that I set an ice pack over my son's groin every 2 hours in case the irritation got worse. First thing the next morning, I drove to the address on the note and met with a man named Dr. Jasper Harris. Hello, he said to me, and then he looked down at my son. He kneeled to his level. Hello. What's your name? My son answered. The small talk was making me nervous. All I wanted was to get the procedure done and over with. The faster this would get done, the faster my baby would get back to normal. Dr. Harris led us both into a room and gave my son a hospital gown. I sat in the waiting room with a book while my son was scanned. Though I was looking at the pages, I wasn't reading. My mind was elsewhere, on my son. Later, Dr. Harris came into the waiting room with a dour look on his face. Come with me, he said. He brought me into a room full of medical computers. Please take a seat. He pulled up a chair next to a large screen. He then showed me the x-rays. Oh my God, I said and covered my mouth. The x-rays showed 2 testicles that were larger than any you'd see on a grown man. Both of them came up white on the ultrasound. Surgery must be done immediately. Dr. Harris said, I've never seen anything like this. It seems as if the tumors have encapsulated his testicles. I whimpered in the chair. A hand rested on my shoulder to console me. It didn't help. Please, I said, save my son. Nothing could be done that day because of complications due to the coronavirus. I was lucky enough to even have gotten an appointment for the ultrasound that day, so I counted my blessings and stayed patient. At this point, my son was almost completely in the dark about the whole thing, or so I thought. We were driving home from the hospital. He was sitting in his booster seat when he asked, Mama? I looked at his reflection in the mirror. Yes? When we die, do we go to heaven like Grandma says? I was speechless. What was I supposed to say? And how did the idea of death get on his mind? Did the doctor say something to him? Was it just a coincidence? Or was there some kind of primal intuitiveness that made him aware of how severe his illness was? A single tear slipped down my cheek. I don't know, baby. He lay there on the operating table, unconscious.